say big results because these guys are big. But even with all that size, the downswing miss is still a pop-up or weak flyout. Even legendary stars like Dale Mayo and upcoming studs like Ryan Harvey are not immune to this flaw. So us as serious rec players must constantly be aware of body angle and of the swing plane. Notice how the top pros use a level to slightly upswing. That matches the pitch plane better, allows a tighter rotation, and lets them hit the top or bottom of the ball with great consistency. The beauty is that even rec players who develop good mechanics and hips lead with a good rotation and will find this relatively easy to do. Not every hitter here mastered this, but watch the dramatic differences Brent and I worked with 6 hitters on improving the swing angle.
My name is Melvin Horton. I'm from Northern Virginia. I'm 6'2", 230. What I hope to get out of Bogey's training session today is add 100 points to my average. Get a little bit more pop in my swing. I've got warning track power.
You're here and it's down just like that. Your hips open down. Your hips open good, but they open down. You just swing down. It's like you're trying to hit it, but what you need to do, what we'll work on a lot, is getting you so you angle yourself so you drive the ball up in the air. Brett worked the connection drill to help angle the body properly. I improved his over snap. And on the tee, we got Melvin swinging in an arc. He soon looked totally different. Hands lower. Good ball.
Nice. Look at that.
Really nice and consistent right now. That's nice. And if you miss it, you notice how it's over the top as the top's from the line drive?
I check the top spin down.
What did you feel like before and what change did you make?
Well, before I was chasing the ball, swinging down. Now I'm back, hands low, tomahawking, and swinging up at the ball, driving through it.
Hi, Ron Scarborough from Rutland, Mass. That's about 50 miles west of Boston. Play over 60 AAA, about 6 feet, too many pounds, so I'll tell you it's about 230. And the reason I'm here is been working on my swing now seriously for about 6 months. Played softball for a long time, but I know I have some flaws like not striding properly and swinging down. So I'm hoping that Bogey and the crew here will take care of that for me.
My initial thoughts are that here you're a guy, roughly similar built to me without all the fat on that I have. But anyhow, you don't have hardly any power for your size.
Yeah.
And anyhow, it doesn't look like you swing very hard. And it doesn't look like you get much rotation. Everything is forward, forward, forward.
Yep.
There's no rotation. The stride has to be long because this becomes a bracelet, but once this is down, it becomes a rotation.
I'm feeling it right here as opposed to right here, and my elbow, from 40 years of get the elbow up, Ron, my elbow floats. What I'm learning here is drop it back. Now I'm feeling it all through the lats, as we said. But I use Destiny's weight transfer drill because what I did before I saw that was I would pivot off my back foot. Okay? So my weight wasn't moving at all. What I learned was to wind and stride, so my back foot was dragging naturally.
Real easy. Don't hit it quick until your front foot lands. Look at how nice that is, eh? And what things do you think that promotes for you, Ronnie?
Well, it looks like all three. First of all, I can look up because I'm not worried about the ball. I'm just focused on looking up. Then I can work on my tempo, and I can work on rotation and snapping my wrist all at one time. Now I got a combination of the weight transfer and the hip rotation and the snap of the wrist. So who knows?
And the body angle.
And the body angle. Who knows? I might actually hit the ball to the fence.
Look at that. Look how smooth that is. I mean,
yeah.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a nice ball. I mean, give yourself a few months to work on this trajectory and angle.
Yeah. Like that. I got 3 things I got to work on. It's my stride, my hip rotation, and my snap. And obviously, they all went together there.
Down at an angle like this, even if your timing is perfect, if you don't hit the right part of the ball, it's going to be a pop-up. And then look on this, if you're a little bit late, I mean, your bat head's up here, and then you're beating it down into the ground, or it's a pop-up. And if you're a little bit early, you're really cleaving it out here. So we want to get everybody swinging on that swing plane, which is an arc all the way around.
Good. Grab one of those short bars and make yourself take a bat, cut it off, put an eyelet on the end of it, and then walk up.
So, you know, that's the philosophy behind it. You got to get your hands back and down, and then boom, you snap right from there.
Hips and the pros.
Start the wrist snap from the back, not waist.
The pros always say hips and wrist in sync from the start.
Good.
Let's get an exaggerated stance here. Do you feel like you can drive that up?
No.
Here's where you normally are. Now let's get the hands right here. Here's where all your power is. Get the hands close to where all that power is. Here, get them down in here. Straighten that arm out. Get the hands. You feel like you're powered up?
And it doesn't look weird either, Larry. I mean, it looks like
it just feels weird. I'm not
Oh
saying
yeah.
Carl Rose was a really good hitter, and he had his hands kind of down like that. You know, and it looks really good. It doesn't look awkward or anything. Nice. Look at that. Man, you're right up through it. I mean, it just looks totally different.
There you go.
There you go. Way different.
awkward feeling, but getting more distance, more what I came here for.
There you go. Good. Look at the difference in the angle.
That's way different.
Nice. Larry, the one thing I should mention that is really impressive about your hitting today is that you're doing it really with eyesight only in one eye. Tell us about that.
Basically, I have really poor vision in my right eye, but my inspiration is a young lady on our Friday night leagues down at Chapman Field in Miami, Florida, that only has one eye, and she told me it took her like a year before she could actually start hitting again, and she's a really good ball player, so she was my inspiration not to, quit the sport and to continue working on it. I did have some really good shots today, and I know I have a lot more in me.
You got to think like you're cocking the hammer back, and then you pull the trigger. It's something where that'll set your angle too.
Like when he goes back again, when
Pull your hands back and down. That sets the angle, and then
look at the pitch the whole time, so you keep your.
Man, that looks awesome right there.
That's not a tweak. That's a huge, gigantic difference, isn't it?
It feels good though. See,
Look at the difference.
That was a lot different angle.
Because you feel the hips pull
so
that whole
much
thing
smoother.
around.
And your front shoulder really went from here. It opened up like.
Same exact swing, same power, but stretch it out on your ball and aim at the top of the ball. Look at that.
And then
There you go. Your hips. You rotate your hips, you're right there. So I mean, if there's two things you change out of this short session today, pull the hands back and get this tight, and then lower and get that angle, and then swing it out.
back like this, it's going to make your bat head want to dip around, so you can't snap sideways. Like we were talking earlier, you have to overemphasize it. You almost have to think, you have to think snap over the top like that.
Holy shit, look at
Good
that.
angle.
I was here at the beginning of the day with my head almost over my foot, and on that last one, my head was 18 inches behind my foot, 2 foot. Working on the drill, the back and forward, back like this, getting everything back, I was able to get my body angle back to where it should be, which helped everything else come around. It made everything more smooth.
Now you're back in the connected position and you're just rotating up through, and you said that most of your power, and it was early in the rounds, was to left center. Now you were hitting bombs, right down the line. You were pulling the ball.
All right, thanks, appreciate it. Thanks,
Awesome,
Brett.
buddy.
Ryan Harvey, 6'5" and 280, a former Chicago Cub and now a Bachman Shop Major Slow Pitch player, is one of the longest hitters in the game with over 500-foot power. He also has one of the most level swings I've seen, and it takes a lot of skill to keep from missing the bottom of the ball and popping up. We'll visit in the future with Ryan and see how he does this so well. In the meantime, for us rec players, lower on that rear leg to time and help set the body angle. This is a huge key, lowering on that rear leg. Even though Dave North so butchered up the making of this, we actually found a way to work it together. Wind and wind.
I'm the DeMarini end-loaded swinging bear. And I'm the disco swinging bear. I hit crisp line drives to the gap and I always get to second base. Hey man, I hit on girls with crisp lines, but I never make it to second base. I ride a trike and I give rides to beautiful women. I use Uber for rides, man. And I got magazines full of beautiful women. Don't be like the disco swinging bear. Swing the DeMarini end-loaded. Y'all want the bear. That's right.